Welcome to R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. I'm your host, Chris Silva, and with me is my beautiful wife and star of the show, Cori Silva.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on R&R. Chris and I are the owners of Silva Realty, Silva Lending, Silva Property Management, and Happy Nest Holdings. We're super excited to have you all here with us today. Thank you so much for showing up and always showing your support. We appreciate you. Well, welcome to the third week of October. Just a few more weeks, and it's Halloween. Who else is excited? Have you been celebrating with any fun holiday stuff? Haunted houses? Fright nights at one of those theme parks? Have you visited a pumpkin patch yet? Leave a comment and let us know what you've been up to or any plans you have for spooky season. We have done none of that.
I think we're like in this weird space right now where kids are like kind of outgrown the pumpkin patch, but they're too young to be at like Fright Fest, right?
Right.
So, trust me, I know you're going to say, don't speak this into the universe. But I feel we're also like at a transition of, we have this great tradition of going to your brother's house.
Right.
And trick-or-treating with their cousins. We're doing it this year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's the plan, right? But I feel like that's coming to an end too. And we'll
Chris
talk about
likes
like
to say
why.
this every single year. I think you say you're not trying to speak this into existence, but you're the only one who says that every year.
It's not every year. I said it one time last year.
Last year and this year. So the last 2 years you've said that.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to even go there. No,
I think it's coming.
We're going to keep the tradition going. It's going to be fun. And I think as parents, you create that culture and those traditions for your kids and you don't let them deviate from it. So if they decide one day on well, guess what? This is tradition. This is what we're doing. We're sticking to it. Don't even give them the option. And guess what? I don't think they've outgrown going to the pumpkin patch. We should still go. We have plenty of time. That is fun. You ask Nola if she wants to go to the pumpkin patch. She's going to say, yes, let's go. And I want to see some goats there too. Oh, yeah. Underwood Farms, let's go. They're going to love it. Tino loves goats.
All right, well, let's do it then. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not afraid to say I'm wrong.
Yeah, so let's check and see next week after we talk with the kids what they've said. Now, Fright Fest for sure. We are nowhere near ready for that.
Well,
I don't think I will ever be ready for that.
I have zero interest for Fright Fest.
Me too. I went when we were younger to Not Scary Farm and I was terrified. Why do people pay money to get terrified?
I'm a grown ass man. Why do I want to be scared? Pay money to be scared. That makes zero sense.
Why is it fun to have someone chase you with a chainsaw? That is not fun. It's not cool.
For sure there's PTSD after that.
I never want to get near it. I know a lot of people love it, but I mean, to each his own. I'm glad you all like it. I will stay far away from that. Just take me to my humble little sweet pumpkin patch with the goats and I'll be happy.
The spookiest I wanted to be is the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland.
Oh, yeah. And that's scary enough for me, too.
I mean, it's not scary, but that's about as spooky as I wanted. I have no interest in somebody trying to jump out and scare me. Like, I don't want to accidentally hit somebody on accident because you're just, that's your reflex.
Or wet yourself.
Yeah, wet myself. Yeah. I don't want to soil my pants.
Terrible. Well, Tanya's here with us. She said, hey guys. Hey, Tanya. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. Haven't seen you in a little bit, but we are going to see her this weekend, which I'm excited about. Well, who else is loving this weather? I woke up to sprinkles on my way to the gym this morning. It was so nice. A little spooky season outside.
I mean, the weather is amazing. This is my weather. I'm built for this. Like, I love, it's 74 today, right? It probably feels like 72 right now, but
right.
Check out the attire. I got to wear a button-down shirt.
Yeah.
Right? I don't have to.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather. I don't know about sweater weather. It's not sweater weather for me.
For me, it sure is.
I definitely could wear a button-down long sleeve, which is nice. Roll up the sleeves still. Yeah, Nola got up this morning, and she was like, why is it still night outside, right?
I know.
So I love this time of year. I know we're gonna have a time change coming up pretty soon, but I like when it's still dark out when I wake up.
I love it too. Well, shout out to Chris for motivating me this morning to go to Orange Theory. If you all don't know, I go on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at the butt crack of dawn for my 5 a.m. class. And I was on the verge of staying home, and I even got back in the bed, and Chris woke up and he was like, why are you in the bed? The hardest part is waking up. You're already up. Why don't you go? And I said, okay, you're right. I do need to get up to go. So thank you for pushing me and motivating me to go. And when I went today, we had the 1 mile benchmark challenge, which every now and then they'll challenge you to beat your last time. Okay. And I beat my last time. I have a new PR. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I shaved off 24 seconds off my last time.
You shaved off 24 seconds. You ate crap last night. We had BJ's.
Horrible.
We had BJ's pizza.
That's why I didn't want to go. I felt like poo this morning.
We're usually asleep by like 9:15, 9:30. We didn't get home till 10. Mm-hmm. So we're asleep by 11. So you had very minimal sleep. Yes. And you still beat your time by 24 seconds.
So proud of myself.
Aren't you happy you went?
I am so happy I went. Thank you for giving me that little nudge in the morning to go. And guess what? I am proud of you, Chris, because he is back at yoga after he healed his foot from his gout outbreak, his most recent one. And he said on Tuesday morning's walk, because, you know, we go on walks every morning when we take the kids to school, that it was the best he's felt in a long time physically, which I love that for you. It made me so happy to hear that you were feeling good.
Yeah, so it's funny that as we're saying this, my foot's a little tender right now. Oh, no. And it's probably because I ate that pizza last night that had like meatballs on it or something. Anyhow, but yeah, so this is going to sound crazy because if you guys have been with us as long as we had the show, I love Checkmat Valencia, love Jiu-Jitsu for our kids. I've been doing it. So I officially canceled my membership.
That was not an easy thing for Chris to do. He's been hanging on to this membership and hasn't gone in I don't know how many months.
It's like 3 months. It's like 3 months I haven't went because, you know, I kept telling myself I'm going to go back. But, you know, it's I've been lying to myself, right? Like that I physically am okay to go there.
Right.
So the problem is it's not that jiu-jitsu breaks my body. I mean, it is tough on your body, but I'm already broken, right? Yeah. So I'm not going to ever heal myself by going there. So I was joking around with the professor and I told him, you know what, I'm going to give up jiu-jitsu. I'm really in love with this sewing class that I started. I'm making dresses if anybody wants one for Christmas season. But in reality, like the smart choice, sometimes you got to make the smart choice, right?
Right.
And it's the obvious one. Like if I got problems with flexibility, I'm too stiff, which is not always a bad problem. But I'm like, I have really bad stiffness in my lower back. Yeah. My hip is like jacked up. Why am I going to do something like that? I gotta be more flexible. I got to go to yoga. So the goal is to replace jiu-jitsu with yoga, and hopefully that combined with, I have this consultation. I don't know if I told you about this.
Yes, he has a consultation coming up, which is actually in the show. I put it in the notes
Okay,
today.
So we'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm jumping the gun.
That's okay. You talk about it. It's on your mind.
Yeah, so I got this consultation coming up with a chiropractic place, but they're like not just like putting a Band-Aid and kicking you out the door, right?
But it's not a chiropractic place. Isn't it more of like a wellness place?
It's more of exactly.
Yes.
So it's more of a wellness place. I'm really excited about the consultation tomorrow. So I've been broken for a long time, you guys. So I'm going to take you, if the consultation goes well, and I decided to go there, I'm going to take you on this journey with me of, can somebody that's really broken actually be healed? Because I can tell you for like the last 5-6 years, probably longer, I've been broken. I've had major back issues, leg issues. I just don't really talk about it much. Mm-hmm. And I don't let it hinder what I do every day. But in my head, I'm never going to get rid of this pain. It's just going to be there the rest of my life. It's something I deal with. But if I can actually get rid of it,
I know. I'm really excited for you. I have really good positive vibes that this is going to be the answer.
I mean, I definitely got the open mindset. So like, I'm going to go in there and see what's what. But so yeah, I'm taking, I'm really trying to focus on my wellness.
Yes.
For 44, I just had a birthday. So for 44, just really focus on my wellness.
Lucky 44. Well, who doesn't want to feel good, right? So I am putting out all good vibes that this is going to be the answer for you. And I'm confident that your yoga journey is going to help with healing your body, along with all these vitamins and supplements you're taking. He's listening to some advice.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I love it because, you give me advice. My brother just shows up with like some supplements that I should take. My sister bought some supplements that I should take, right?
Right.
They just like put it next to the coffee because I know I drink coffee I got coffee right
It's
now.
a perfect place for it.
So I've been taking it.
You can't avoid it. It's staring at you every day.
And look, I'm 44, you guys. If you're watching the show and by 1 o'clock in the daytime you have zero energy and you want to take a nap, you probably have some kind of deficiency, because that's how I was feeling for months and months and months.
Right.
Now I started taking all these supplements like, magnesium and vitamin D. Vitamin D is a big one. Calcium. There's a lot of stuff that I'm taking now, right? Iron. All of a sudden,
He feels good.
shocker, I feel good. I have energy throughout the whole day. So I definitely had some kind of deficiency there. So that's the first part. That's great. So now maybe I have more energy to work out more. We'll see.
Yeah. And diet. I think food is like the biggest medicine. So
For sure.
yes, we're switching things up. We're going to heal him and heal the whole family at
Trying
the
to make
same
some
time.
changes.
Yes. Well, my mom is here. Hi, Mama. She said, hi, honeys. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. And Monica's here with us as well. She said, hi, friends. Hi, Monica. I missed you yesterday. She was supposed to go to Jiu-Jitsu. She probably got busy, but I definitely missed you.
Hopefully the girls are good.
Yes, I hope they're nice and well and they don't have any colds, because I know that's going around right now. Well, everyone, Monica sent me this earlier today and I read up on it. Have you heard about Disney's new Lightning Lane Premiere Pass?
Come on. What is this?
I think Disney has gone a little too far. I think they're a little bit out of their minds, a little insane.
So right now, when we go to Disney, a lightning pass is $35, right?
Lightning Lane is it? I don't even know.
I think it's $35
Something like that.
per person. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is this? Tell me about this new
So,
Lightning Lane Premiere Pass.
The new Lightning Lane Premiere Pass allows you to go to any Lightning Lane that you want. You don't have to have a reservation on your phone like you currently do in order to get on the Lightning Lane wait list. There's no reservation requirement. You just walk up and you have access to that Lightning Lane.
Can you go more than once?
No, one time per ride. And it's for both parks, which that's how it is right now with the other Lightning Lane. But guess what the hefty price is on this?
Well, I would guess if it's $35 now, and you can actually, if you could book it, if you get there early enough, you could probably go on all the rides you want to get on if they're actually working.
Right.
'Cause
That's
most of
the
time-
other thing. Sometimes
Most of the time,
they're
the
not
rides
working.
are not all working, right?
Right.
Another thing I'm curious about, do you have the answer to this question? Does the Lightning Lane Premiere Pass include rides like, what's the Cars ride called? Springs, what is it called?
Radiator Springs.
Radiator Springs. Does it include Radiator Springs? Does it include Star Wars? Does it include those rides that now you got to not only pay for the $35?
I want to know if it's all the rides that don't even have a lightning. Oh no, it's only rides that have a lightning
It
lane.
has to have a Lightning Lane.
Wow.
So, all right. So, assuming that those are still separate, I would say if you can go on any ride without having to be in the queue, but only once, I think the most you can milk somebody for is maybe $100 each. Like maybe I pay $100.
More.
$150.
More.
Come on.
$400 per person per day.
That is insane. That's insane. Look,
That's so crazy.
You might be able to get somebody for like $100, maybe $150.
Yeah.
Especially the people that are coming from, they're tourists. They don't live in SoCal.
Right.
So they're coming from out of state. They're only going to be at Disneyland 1 or 2 days. They want their family to get on every ride, right?
Right.
Maybe you could get them to pay that money, right? Maybe it makes sense for them. But like, you will never in your
they're
life catch me
paying
paying that.
it's more than an actual ticket for the general admission. And that's not even for every single ride. And you're not getting to the front of the line.
Right.
Like you're still going to wait in a Lightning Lane line.
And let's be
it's
real,
not
like,
fast.
how many-
Sometimes you wait a half hour.
How many of the rides are actually like you pay money to get on them? You know what I mean? Like there's a handful of rides that like the kids really want to get on. So like if you could say, hey, $400, I don't care what.
I don't care what you say.
I'm not paying $400.
I need to check and see how many rides are Lightning Lane rides and then divide that, however many there are, 400 divided by the amount of rides, and see per ride how much am I really paying?
Yeah, but
is that even worth it?
Yeah, but Disney.
No, I don't even want to pay $400. I'm not even going to go down that.
Disney charges. They have rides that are Lightning Lane that they don't need to have Lightning Lane. Nobody wants to go on that ride. Like the Monsters ride, Monsters Inc. That is the lamest ride. It's right up there with Roger Rabbit. It's the lamest rides at Disneyland.
Right.
It's such a waste of real estate. And they have a lightning lane. Like nobody goes on that ride. Nobody cares to go on
People
that ride
actually go on that ride.
because they're just curious. Like, what is this?
It's a
but
one and done.
if they knew, they'd never go on it again.
Yeah.
Unless their kids like 2, 3 years
The
old.
kids love it. I think that's what it is.
Our kids don't love it. They never have.
Anyways, it would come out to $1,600 for a family of 4 just in lightning lane fees. No, that's crazy.
So let's break it down, right?
Like I could stay in a hotel like 3 nights for that price, at least.
Well, depends what hotel.
Yeah.
Because the Grand Californian, everybody knows they call it the Grand California because it costs $1,000 to stay there every
Not
single night.
unless you get a hookup from friends and family.
I'm talking about for the regular folk, right? For the
Right.
regular folk out there, it's about $1,000 a night.
This is crazy.
How much is too much? Like, it's funny because I know Cori loves Disneyland. I know our kids love Disneyland.
Right.
But like, if it was up to me, we'd be going to Magic Mountain because it's like 20% of the price, right?
Are you going to get on those roller coasters with them?
I'll just walk around with them. Or we'd be going to Universal Studios, which is also right down the street, right? It's way cheaper. Like Disney's they're doing too much, right? Not only do they overcharge for the parks, but they also, I don't like the content they're creating anymore. There's so many things that make me unhappy with Disney that I'm just so disappointed in them.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
I'm just disappointed. They don't really care.
Shame on you, Disney.
They honestly don't care how you feel.
Well, if I was a big celebrity and I can, hurt their bottom line and prevent a lot of people from going to Disneyland, they would care.
Right.
Right. The thing is it's just part of the culture. They're so good and they're not so good. Walt Disney was so good.
Right.
Right. He was
Creating that
great.
culture.
He created that culture of you can't go to LA if you're from out of town without going to Disneyland.
Right.
Right. You're not going to, Orlando without going to Disney World.
Right.
Right. Like that culture, I think, was created by Walt Disney. Like he created experiences.
Right.
But, now it's turned into, and it's what happens when something goes public and it's a public stock, right?
It's just a
It's all
money
about the
grab.
stock price. It's about how can I milk more money to push
To
up my
increase
stock
my
price by
bottom
like
line.
5%.
Yeah.
And then you ruin the magic that you had.
I know. Magic is going away. So sad.
Disney rant's over. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Monica said, might as well just pay for the VIP people. It would probably be, I can't see the rest of that. Cheaper, maybe? Maybe it says cheaper.
It might be cheaper. So, Monica, it's so funny that you say that. We brought that up before we started the show, and I guess they're like $1,200 a person if you
Is
get those people from McDowell's. Now, my people out there, who remembers coming to America? Remember they had, instead of McDonald's, they had McDowell's, right? And why did McDowell's, the coming to America people, need to sue Disney? Because they stole their uniforms.
It looked just like that.
The first time I saw those people walking around Disneyland, I was like, they are opening a McDowell's in here? I was so excited. But no, they're not opening McDowell's.
No,
they just stole the uniform.
Oh my gosh, you are way too much.
We got to have a side by side. One of the people from Disneyland, and then
we do.
And then what was the guy? Louis. I can't remember the comedian's name. The redheaded comedian with the gap in his front teeth. That's what he's known for. Like they have cartoon characters of him. He was an employee there.
Louis. Yeah, I forgot his.
Louis is his first name. But anyhow,
Yes.
we have to have a side by side because I'm telling you, they stole that.
Well, Monica said, I remember I loved Coming to America. I still love that. That movie's the best. We quote that movie all the time.
If they didn't have all this unnecessary nudity in that movie,
The kids are already
the kids would have seen it already. Maybe if we cut out like the first part of the movie, right, when he's taking a bath.
Yeah.
After that, it's not too bad.
Oh my goodness, so funny. Well, Chris would like to talk a little bit about Elon's Tesla robot presentation and how he's such a big fan of AI in general. You guys, I think Chris has gone off the deep end. We might need an intervention because he eats, sleeps, and breathes AI. Actually, no, he doesn't need an intervention. I'm actually happy because he can filter through it all and then just tell me what he comes up with. But he's been going down a lot of rabbit holes lately, and he's become this expert in AI. Do you want to share?
I wouldn't consider myself an expert, but
You are a geek.
I'm well versed in it.
Okay.
it's all well, look, I'd like to thank the Raiders for this, for being so terrible that I don't watch any more content from them. I'm actually, all my time on YouTube, podcast, all the time I spend on that, it's all AI driven, right? I'm just enthralled by it. It's coming, you guys. And it's not even coming. It's here. It's been here. Just think about, for people that say, oh, I don't want to do any of that AI stuff. Just think about the stuff you already have in your house. The Nest.
Right.
How many people got the Nest, right? They have
the Alexa.
The Alexa, right? Everybody has an Alexa.
I want to fight Alexa every single day.
Or Google, right? People have this stuff in their house already. But now going back to Elon Musk, just to keep it specific to his robot presentation. So he's come out with the robot, and he's already had these robots for like 4 or 5 years that he's been training, right? So he's so far advanced from everybody else that's trying to do the same thing. He calls it the Optimus, just like Transformers Optimus Prime. Right? So he calls it the Optimus. Now, they did this presentation at Warner Brothers Backlot over here in Burbank. And, you know, he also had the taxi. He had a robo-taxi and a robo-van, right? These robots, they walk like you and me. They were there to conversate with people and serve drinks.
Oh, I saw.
They're serving drinks or, hey, talking to them, having a good time, right? They will be in my house, in our house. Next year, we will have one. The starting price is pretty affordable. It's 20 to 30 grand. And I mean, for what it is, it's insane. 20 to 30 grand. You're going to be able to train this robot to do what you need it to do. Now, Elon's a little crazy because he's like, it'll watch your kids.
Heck no.
But hey, let's assume that it can watch your kids. People spend like $1,500 to $2,500 a month just in childcare.
That's true. I never thought of it that way.
If it can actually watch your kids so they don't kill each other at the house or kill themselves, right? Like the house on fire. Imagine that, right? It could, let's say you got a project and you're doing a flip and you're worried about somebody squatting in the house. I could say, hey, Optimus, you make sure that the only people that are able to come in this house without me here are X, Y, and Z. Anybody else comes, you restrain them and you call the police. It could do that. I mean,
I like how Chris is selling me on Optimus.
So Elon says it can do whatever you need it to do. It can do the chores. Now,
look at Monica. I will want it to clean and cook for me. Thank
Monica,
you.
That's where I was getting Monica.
Personal chef.
Cooking, cleaning, dishes.
Until it slips a little cyanide in there in the food.
But why would it?
I don't know. What if it goes rogue?
So, I mean, look,
I'm open to it. Make me a meal.
It's
Please, clean my dishes.
Now, it's going to do what you train it to do.
Right.
So, yeah, are there going to be some crazy folks there that train their robots? Probably. I'm sure they probably have some kind of program in there that won't let it do certain things.
Like make it militant or something?
Who knows? But I'm excited about it.
Uprising?
I'm excited about it. I mean, have your little robot walk your kids to school. I wouldn't do it.
No.
We walk our own kids to school, but it could walk your kids to school. Just think about all the stuff it could do. You don't like cleaning up the dog poo? Hey, Optimus, go clean up that dog poo. I don't ever want to see it on the ground again.
You better wash your hands when
go
you're
walk
done,
the dog, Optimus. Walk the dog, take the dog up and down. Yeah, it could do all that stuff.
I want to walk my dog.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about Optimus. We will have one of these.
Cleaning, yes.
I don't need any more birthday presents, Christmas presents. I want an Optimus. That's it.
Okay. I'm gonna start saving. Do they have layaway for these?
I'm about to put it on layaway. Yeah, you put it on right now. I'm sure. You know what? I'm gonna look into it today because I do this for any new Tesla car. Like when the X came out, and then with the truck, all you got to do is put down $100 security deposit just to put your name in line, right?
You better
hold
get
your place in line. I'm about to hold my place in line. But pretty soon, like, this is the future, you guys. So if you're out there, you're working a manufacturing job, your family members working a manufacturing job, they need to start taking some classes because those jobs are going to be obsolete in 5 years. Right. And it's just it's what it is, evolution, right?
Right.
So like our kids are probably going to be doing something in the space of working with robots or AI.
Right.
That's just where the world's going.
Crazy times, y'all.
Don't run from it. Embrace it because it's
Right.
coming whether you like it or not.
Better give it a hug. Well, if you've been following the Dodgers, they shut out the Padres in Game 5. They sent them packing down the 5 freeway back to San Diego. Hasta luego. Well, the next series is against the Mets, and they shut them out in Game 1, but they lost in Game 2. Game 3 is tonight. Let us know if you'll be watching. Are you watching, baby?
Yeah. So we're those Dodger fans that we only watch during the playoffs. Look, it is what it is.
I have a Dodger hat. I'm from LA, so
I got a bunch of
I like
Dodger
going
gear.
to the games. They're fun.
Yeah. I mean, we're
But
LA,
I'm not like following it all the
we're
time.
LA fans. Look,
We're bandwagon fans.
No, we're not bandwagon
No,
fans
we're always
because we
fans,
only
but-
root for LA. So that's
Right.
not bandwagon. The thing is we're not baseball people, right? I didn't play baseball growing up. Our kids don't play baseball.
Right.
I mean, I know the basic rules, but I don't know all the stuff in baseball. Like I'm just not interested that way. And I think what it is, and baseball has been dealing with this for a long time. Their ratings go down every year. And the reason they do is because it's a watered down sport. There's 162 games. That's a lot of games.
Right.
Right? Where football season, there's 17 weeks, right? It's more controlled. You could make people want to watch it. So there's a lot of people like us that really get more involved towards the playoffs. And then you root for them more towards the playoffs. And yeah, I like root for them during the year if I go to a game.
Right.
Right. But Dodgers, good example. A lot of these teams now, we're talking about AI before, they're all based on analytics. The Dodgers, let's talk about them shutting out the Padres. The Padres arguably had, and not to get too much into sports, but the best offensive lineup, meaning the best hitters, right, in the game. The Dodgers don't even have the best pitchers. They have a good bullpen, but they don't have the best pitchers. But what they did, they shut them out, not just for one game, they shut them out for 2 games in a row. And the reason they did that, it's called situational pitching. Based on analytics of like what batter was up, if he hits worse against a right-hander or a left-hander, they rotated
that pitcher.
They rotated like 8 different people, 9 different people.
Wow.
And that's all based
It's
off
strategic.
analytics, strategy, but a lot of it's powered by AI. AI is going to win the Dodgers the World Series
Look
this
at
year.
Chris tying it all in.
And you know how I bring it?
Oh my
Tie it
goodness.
all in.
Well, Monica said, I don't want baseball anymore. I think she meant to say watch baseball anymore. Yes, she did. I wonder why. I don't know. At home, I feel like it's a little boring to watch, but if I go to a game, I'm all into baseball.
Well, you were interested when I put it on, right?
Yeah, if you put it on, yeah, sure. We'll watch it.
Well, during
It's
the
fun.
playoffs, it's
Yeah,
fun.
it's fun. It's a good time.
But if it's like one of 162 or how many ever games they have, like nobody cares.
I mean, when I was a kid, we always had a sport on in the house. Like usually it was baseball because my parents like baseball, and we'd go to Dodger games every now and then. So it's fun.
It's fun to go to a
Kids
game.
ask questions,
but it's
learn
also
about it.
pricey.
Yes.
It's also very pricey.
Yeah.
Because like if you go to the game, you might be able to get some cheap tickets, but the parking's like $60 all by itself.
Oh my gosh. No, it's
35 bucks.
Okay.
Well, if you get the good parking, it's 60 because I like to go.
Chris
all the way to the
doesn't want to
top.
walk all far.
And I don't want to be stuck in that line leaving.
Oh my gosh, I know. Well, they introduced a pitching clock so the games move faster. It's really fun to watch now. It's not a bunch of people standing around anymore, is what the producer said.
Nice.
I did not know that.
Well, we'll be watching as we can. If we're home and the game's on, it'll be on the TV.
I'll be getting a facial so you could watch it.
Then,
I'll be watching my eyelids.
Honestly, I'll probably be watching the next Marvel movie that we have coming
There
up.
you
Because
go.
Santino's like waiting for the next one to come up.
Oh my goodness. Well, Monica said, my kids don't let us watch TV, laugh out loud. They watch their own shows. Oh, the kids have monopolized the television, so they don't get to choose what they want to watch. I know all about that.
And if mommy and daddy want some quiet time, like where they can actually have a conversation without being interrupted, go ahead, watch whatever you want, kid. Let me talk to your mom real quick.
Well, yesterday was Nola's birthday. Our baby turned 8, and the morning started with presents, which she was super excited about. So like as we're getting ready in the morning, getting ready for school, we're like present time. Of course, we're like cutting it close, but she got what she really wanted for her birthday. She was super excited. And then she had a great day at school. And then she had birthday rolls at Jiu-Jitsu. So she got to roll around and try to choke out her cousin at Jiu-Jitsu on her birthday,
We
which
got
was
the tape.
fun.
Yeah, we got the video.
Yes, and we got to sit in and watch the kids fight, which is always fun. So big shout out to the professors over at Checkmat, Professor Lecca and Professor Art for letting us go in and watch our kids
Coach
fight.
Serena.
And Coach Serena, who we ran into later on in the night. One question I have for you all. Who else has been to Color Me Mine lately?
Over in Valencia by the mall.
You know, the place where you get these little plaster figurines that
That
you
are probably
probably
like
never
$2 or $3.
do anything with, that cost maybe 50 cents. But, you know, with the markup, they're about $45 to $55. Don't get me wrong. It's fun. It's therapeutic.
It's very therapeutic, by the way.
But dang, when did it get so pricey? It is so pricey.
So if you're wondering, for a family of 7, because, you know, you're celebrating a birthday, so you invite family, right? Or friends, whatever. But for 7 people to go ahead and paint for 2 hours, and we're not talking about like the Mona Lisa, right? We're talking about like a little
figurine that
is like $2 probably, or 50 cents, like Cori said. 400 doll hairs.
It's insane. I didn't realize it was going to be that pricey. I would have just been like, no, we're not going.
Well, they're smart because they don't. There's no way to know that until you get there, and then even when you are picking everything up, you're not really doing the math until you pay at the end. Then you're like, oh shit, I need to get another job.
It's $12 for a studio fee to be in there to use the paint and paint brushes and all the stuff they have, right? But what are you going to tell your kid? No, you can't have that one. It's too expensive. You got to get the little thing that's like this big that costs $10 to paint. No, they want to paint something cute. So they pick it out. I told Chris, just don't even look at the price tags. You're just going to get so annoyed.
I bet you for $400, we can get all the paints that they had there, all of them, like 100 of them. We can get all the paints.
Yes.
And then we can go on Temu and we can get these little figurines for what they cost, like let's say $5 a piece, which is more than what they cost.
Temu is going to be cheaper than that.
And we can do that at home.
Well, that's the thing. I've made the proposal now. We're doing it at home. We're not doing this anymore. Nola's going to get her last fix of Color Me Mine because, you know, if you pay for a studio fee and you didn't finish painting, you can go back during the week until you're done.
I'm
for
about to
free.
milk the hell out of this.
We're about to go 3 more times to make it worth, that whole experience.
Mine's going to be done. The next time we go, it's going to be done. I'll be like, you know what? I think I need another coat. I'm going to have to see you guys next week. And we'll just keep coming back and we keep adding to it.
The whole next month, it's going to be Color Me Mine time. Until we're done. The only difference is we don't have that hot kiln that they put it in to make it glaze over. But there's got to be some spray you could put on these figurines to make it look glossy when you're done.
Well, I bet you there's a place. Probably Color Me Mine. Probably you could pay a fee to have them bake it for you too.
I don't know, but it's not happening ever again. I feel like we could have gone on like a little vacation, like a little trip up the coast or something. Stayed
Not for
overnight.
400, but for the birthday party and all that stuff wrapped up, yeah, we could have took a little trip. That's crazy.
Well, here's my other gripe with the place. So if you have 7 people or more in your party, which, okay, yeah, sometimes you have a big family, 15% gratuity is automatically included. And I'm like, for what? We are painting our own things. Like, I should have had the girl just go over there and like get me new paint each time. I should have been like, these are the colors I want. Go pour them for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And yes, the girls working there were very nice and they got up and helped Nola out when Nola asked me to get some paint. But I don't understand this whole tip thing. What is going on with this tip thing? It's driving me insane.
The tip thing does bother me. Like, not everybody deserves a tip. Like, I'm sorry, but like there
To
has
do
to be
your
a service
job?
provided to get a tip. And to me, it's food service. Like, that's where you tip, right?
My gosh. I'm just like blown away.
Like, I'm sorry, but like for that money, while I'm painting, I want somebody rubbing my shoulders with strong hands too. I want strong hands on there.
Yes.
Something. But
I want someone feeding me grapes as I'm painting.
Look, flip side to that, and this is what I told Cori is, well, they got to pay for the space because I'm sure the mall space is not cheap. Right. You got to pay employees. You got to pay, workers' comp insurance. Right. There's all this stuff that goes into that stuff that goes into it that it's expensive to be a business owner in California, specifically California.
And that's why when you drive around on Town Center Drive, you see all these shops are closed and vacant because of things like this. So it's forcing us to stay home. That's okay. We're still going to have fun. We got to have our paint nights at home as soon as we're done finishing our pieces at Color Me Mine. Well, Monica said, yes, Temu is the way to go. She's laughing. And she said, it's crazy how much they charge. It is crazy. Well, we topped off the night for Nola's birthday with pizza and a pizookie from BJ's because, you know, she wanted to have a pizookie. The kids loved it. And it just so happens that on Tuesday nights, they have $5 pizookies, which is cool. I was excited about that. But kids loved it. And I guess that's all that really matters. But the adults, we were reminded why we like to eat in, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I got tenderfoot right now because of it. But what I can say though, it was BJ's is actually, the service wasn't great. The food was subpar, but 7 people, it was $100.
Okay.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. Fairly priced.
Yes.
And you know, if you went there and you know how to milk the system, like I bet you like a lot of the kids. So when I say kids, I mean like teenagers, early 20s,
Young adults.
That's who was there. It was like me and Cori might've been the oldest people in that whole place. And it was all young kids on dates, or like you could tell like probably the high school football team walked in there. Right?
Yeah. They came in after practice or something.
Or after practice. And you know what? If you milk the system and you go, hey, I'm only here for $5 pizookies, and everybody got a pizookie.
And just like a large pizza, everyone gets one slice.
No pizza. No pizza. No.
Oh, they just got pizookies behind us.
I'm just saying us.
Oh.
We go back on a Tuesday night.
Okay.
And the kids want to go we can walk out of there spending $5.
Yes.
Because we're not having one. Kids could have one. They could be all happy. So
let's do it. That's the plan. If we ever go back there.
If you milk the system, you'll be okay.
And I think the experience was hilarious because the kids were cracking up while they're eating their pizookies. They had the best time. So
if you want to have a good laugh, get at least 3 kids. You need at least 3 to make this work. And you put a pizookie in front of them. And you give them 3 spoons and you say, go. Whatever you could shovel in your mouth is what you get. We're not splitting it. None of that. However fast you eat, that's how much you get.
It was pretty funny.
That's what we did. And oh my God, it was so funny. The $100 was worth that.
They look like
alone.
little animals. It's so crazy.
They were like, Tino was trying to box out his cousins. He was like moving the cousins out of the way.
Oh my goodness. I have it on video.
Oh my God. So funny.
So funny. Well, this past weekend, we celebrated the life of my beautiful Auntie Ruthie, and she will forever live in our hearts. One of the many special gifts she left us is our nightly routine of singing the kids to sleep, right?
Which is so amazing. So I never knew this. Uh-huh. I mean, I knew she, sang with the kids, right? But I didn't know that she created this tradition that we now have at our house that's every single night.
Right. Well,
what an amazing gift. Like you said. That's awesome.
Well, while the kids were little, like little, my mom would watch them, and Auntie Ruthie would oftentimes come over and visit my mom and help out. And she loved singing the kids to sleep at nap time. And that was like the only way to get our kids to sleep, because nap time with our kids usually never happened.
Right.
Because they were just bad nappers. And then Nola would always get chills from her too. She liked giving her chills on her back. And that routine has just stayed with us. And she always sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow to them. So that's like our nightly routine now. And she loved making jewelry, and she loved making macrame and dream catchers, right? And so we have her beautiful artwork in our home, and we're reminded of her daily. She also loved to research family history and lineage, which I am always about. I love that. She made it her goal to find out everything about our family, right? And she found historical records and countless photos, and she's even gifted us portraits to cherish forever. So I'm super grateful for her, and we'll definitely miss her.
Yeah. I mean, she lives on by her memory, right? Mm-hmm. And the fact that, just think about this. We sing to our kids, right? Every single night. Our kids are probably going to sing to their kids every single night.
Right.
And this all started from your Auntie Ruthie.
Yes.
So she's going to live on for a long time.
Yeah.
That's just her impact on us.
Right.
Let alone her own kids and grandkids, right? So she's awesome.
It was awesome. So her celebration was great because family got together and we all got to celebrate her and reconnect. Kids had fun with their cousins on the weekend. So it was awesome. It was a great time, and everyone put a lot of love into putting that event on for her. I think she was proud.
For sure.
Yes. Well, everyone who is ready for Halloween, have you guys worked on your costumes yet? Have you even thought about it? I thought I was ahead of the game. I got all the family costumes finalized. I ordered everything. They arrived early, which thank goodness I did this ahead of time, only to find out that Santino does not want to be what he originally planned on being.
Which was?
Anwa from
Water.
from Inside Out 2. He does not want to be that anymore when he realized that he had to wear a wig and makeup on his face to change the color of his face.
I kind of knew when we proposed this to him.
Which I didn't even think he has to wear the makeup. I'm not so concerned about that. But he didn't want to wear the wig. And I'm like, oh, man, okay, well, I'm not going to fight with him about it. But you know what the costume was? You saw. I showed you the picture. This is what you want to be, right? You only have to wear blue sweats and this wig. Yeah. No. So now I'm over here scrambling to find his new costume. And he is now taking Chris's costume. So now I have to find a new costume for Chris and for Santino. So
Good
I'm
luck.
on the hunt for these costumes. I have found the color of the sweater he needs to wear, but there's no, I don't know why they don't make little kids hoodies with no strings. It's like a thing now. They don't put strings in the hoodies.
I bet you your mom could probably sew some strings on there.
Oh, maybe I need
Just
to
for
have her do
costume
that.
purposes.
Yes. Okay. There you go. I'm glad we're having this conversation.
Problem solver. That's what I
So
do.
Chris is going to be anger instead of embarrassment.
It's going to be so hard for me to pull off that character.
I mean, he's got the eyebrows just like anger, so I think it's going to be perfect. It's going to be a lot of fun. So share with us what you guys think. If you have any costumes, we'd love to hear about it. And Santino has now made the decision that next year he's not doing a family costume. He is only wearing a box. That's what he said.
I told him he should at least write boom on it. It could be a boom box.
Could be a boom box. Well, switching things to real estate, Chris is going to share with us the SCV market update.
So currently in Santa Clarita Valley, there are 470 active listings. That's homes and condos. Check this out, you guys. 66 of those 470 have been on the market for more than 100 days.
Oh, wow. What does that tell you? There are some deals out there.
There's some opportunities
People
out there.
are motivated to sell. Wow. Thank you for sharing that.
You usually don't see that, right? And
Yes.
out of the 470, 189 of those homes have already had price reductions.
Ooh, they are ready. Let's go.
They are ready to go. And speaking of, the deal of the week is 23790 Via Helena in Valencia, right near like Henry Mayo,
Yes.
the Paseos. It's all nice over there. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2934 square feet. Now, this one's a little interesting. It's on the market for $899.
Okay.
Originally on the market for like 1.1.
Whoa. So
So-
they started.
They started
Hi.
with one agent 93 days ago, and 5 days ago they started with another agent.
Oh,
So
they're ready.
they're ready. They're ready to go. So if you want to get deals like this, we're talking about houses that have been reduced by 100 grand, some 200 grand. They're out there right now.
Yes.
Stop listening to people at work or somebody that has no financial interest in what you're going to do,
Right.
because people will hate on your idea. If you're saying, oh, I'm going to go buy a house. Oh, but what about the interest rates? They're so high. Don't you want to wait till they come down? But the market's going to crash. Listen, unless somebody's giving you some money to buy this
listen to
house,
them.
you need to turn off all that noise because you're going to miss out on such a great opportunity. It's the best time to buy a house.
Right.
I've been talking about this stuff sitting on the market. Sellers are willing to pay your closing costs, price reductions. I mean, you can get a seller to do a lot of things if you got a good agent negotiating for you on the other side.
You might even get the seller to pay your agent's compensation too. So don't be afraid of this new settlement. If you have a great agent working for you, we can make that happen.
And let's fast forward. You guys want to wait till the interest rates drop? They might drop next April. But what happens next April? When the interest rates drop, more buyers come in because everybody comes back. They got their money from their income taxes. They're feeling good. Everybody enters the market.
Right.
Then that $800,000 home you were looking at is now $850,000, and there's 10 offers on it. And now you're so tired of making offers on houses because you waited too long. Don't blame your agent. It's your fault. You should have just bought a house when we were telling you to buy a house.
Right.
Now, I get it. If you're not ready right now, you need to make a plan, right?
Yes.
But if you're financially ready,
Let's go.
it's your time to come up. This is your chance. So I just want to throw that out there.
Thank you for throwing that out there. Well, Soul is here with us. She said, hi, guys. Hey, Soul. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
I haven't seen Soul in a minute either. I miss you, Soul. She said, please send me the info for that home. Yes, we're on it. We are on it. Well, we officially opened escrow on our Valencia listing on Panorama, and Chris just met with the appraiser this morning. I'm sure that went really well.
We're so good at what we do. Sometimes I got to pat myself on the back.
Chris likes to toot his own horn. I love it.
Well, because look, people don't understand like the nuances of this industry, right?
Right.
If you know how good it feels when you walk into an appraisal and everybody worries. I don't care if your house, if you feel strong about that value, every listing agent is worried about the value not coming in because it's just something we have to worry about, right?
Yeah.
So I'm always prepared with comparable sales, right?
Right.
A list of renovations that have been done to the property. These are common things that agents don't do. A lot of the agents won't even meet the appraiser there.
Why?
But then when I go meet the appraiser and it's like, oh, what's up? I don't want to say his name, but I know him.
Right. Because you've met him many times.
Because he's done plenty of appraisals on my listings before, right? And we don't choose the appraisal.
No.
The appraiser.
It's on the buying end.
They don't even pick. It's from like an
It's
appraisal
from their-
management company.
Yep. The lender.
But relationships matter. That's why this show's called Relationships in Real Estate, not Real Estate and Relationships.
Right.
Because relationships are so important. And when you go in there and you got a good relationship, man, it just makes things so smooth. I don't remember the last time, let me knock on something, that we had a really, really difficult escrow.
Right. Things are so smooth.
They go smooth because of the relationships that we built with people. And then I always make sure right off the bat, because I've never worked with this agent before,
Right.
but you make that call, you lay out the groundwork of which your expectations are in this escrow. Hey, we're a team. We got to work together for your best interest of your client and the best interest of my client. Let's make this a great experience for all parties.
Communication is key.
You know, she is texting me on every little thing that's happening. I got her texting me. I got the buyer's lender texting me.
Yes.
Like that's unheard of. People are usually having to hunt down agents and buyers. But if you set that tone from the beginning, this is what you get when you have a listing agent that knows what they're doing.
Yes. A seasoned agent who's on their game.
I just love our business.
I just love it too.
Brings a smile to my face.
Makes me happy every day. Well, looking ahead to next week, actually today, it's today. Kids have their last magic class this evening, and we get to go watch their performance.
Oh, that's gonna be so
excited
fun.
about that. And Chris has his consultation to get healed. Talk about your upcoming appointment, which we kind of talked about already, but Chris is having a consultation tomorrow.
So it's tomorrow. So by next week, I'll let you guys know how it went.
Yes, I'm excited for him. I'm so excited for you, baby. Well, we're also going bowling on Friday after school for Santino's Besties B-Day, which, you know, I love bowling because I used to bowl when I was young. So that'll be fun.
There you go.
And Santino doesn't really like bowling, but he's going to learn to like it because that's his bestie's birthday.
You know, he's been to a couple bowling birthday parties already.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's so funny because he hasn't said this about this party because it's his bestie, right?
Yeah, he hasn't.
But before he'd be like, oh, I'm not going. I don't want to bowl. As
Every
soon as
time
gets
he
there,
goes, he has such a great
the best time.
Yes, I'm excited for him. And of course, his bestie's mom is like one of my really good friends. So I can't wait to spend time with her too. I actually had lunch with her last week, which was fun.
Cori loves these little play dates she gets.
I get play dates too with my kids' besties. The mommies become my besties too. I love it.
It's so funny. So we go for pickup and one of the besties, they get in the car. I go in the back seat and I'm just chilling in the back seat. They're over here having a good old time in the front seat.
Chris gets relocated.
It's okay. Don't bother me then.
No, the other day you were like, do you want her to come over? I'm like, do you want to stay in the front and hang out? Just do what you want. I'm like, that means you want to stay in the front. Okay, I won't invite her over.
Most of the time I'm good with it. That one day, like
He wanted to play backgammon with me.
everybody knows this. Husband and wives know this. Sometimes you can go like a couple of days without really talking to each other.
Right.
And I don't mean like without saying words to each other. I mean having a real conversation.
Right.
Because you get so busy with your kids, with work, with life, that like sometimes those little moments in the car, we got like 20 minutes in there, that's the best conversation we're gonna have like
Yeah.
in 2 or 3 days. So that day I wanted one of those. That's all.
Oh, I love
That's
you.
all. Love you too.
Well, the producer wants to know, didn't you guys go to a rundown bowling alley that I hated? Oh yeah, that place is gone, isn't it?
So quick funny story on that. This place was in Burbank. I can't remember the name of it.
Pickwick.
Pickwick Bowling in Burbank. Now it was super rundown on the inside. The outside didn't look too terrible. Like the neighborhood was fine, but it was for one of my bestie's birthdays, our bestie's birthday, and we get there, and this is in the daytime, y'all. He's throwing up in the parking lot. Do you remember that?
How could I forget?
I was like, I'm like, did he have too much to drink? Poor guy got food poisoning.
Yeah.
He didn't even get to celebrate his own birthday. So we went to a bowling party and hung out with, we got to hang out with his wife. So that was great. She's family
and all
too.
his friends that
and
we
all
didn't
his friends
know.
that we didn't even know. It was an interesting time.
I was worried.
Bowling parties. Gotta love them.
I thought the ceiling was in a cave-in at the Pickwick. It was so bad in there. It was so run
It's
down.
almost like, you know how much money they would have to spend? And when I say they, I mean a movie studio to make a place look run down like that.
Oh my gosh, that would be a perfect place for Stranger Things. They should just film in there.
There was a lot of Stranger Things in there.
Just have the monster come in, demolish it.
It looked like a monster ate a few people in that place.
Yes.
And then the floor was sticky everywhere you were walking. You're like,
like, this can't be good for the lanes. It really wasn't good.
it was no bueno. No bueno.
Well, safety, Cori. It has to be safe. Just look dangerous. Laugh out loud is what the producer said. No, I don't think it was very safe in there. It looks scary. They were ready for Halloween early in June.
Yes.
So Saturday, we have Nola's 8th birthday party at Scooter's Jungle, which will probably cost less than the one person for the new Lightning Lane at Disneyland, which maybe around the same price. But yeah, we're keeping it like a small little get together at Scooter's because she wants to go run wild and jump around and act like a crazy woman.
This is the first birthday party that Cori actually asked her, because we were trying our best to keep it really small to like the 15 people that it's limited to, which is impossible. But where Cori actually asked, who do you want to invite? And then she told us.
Right.
It's the first time we did that.
I know. And I feel bad because there are some people that we didn't invite, like, Santino's friends. And she goes, no, mommy, I don't want to invite his friends. I just want to invite my close friends. So
which is fine.
That's fine. Yes. So, and then I always think about the parents because I like to have fun with the parents too. So luckily no one's taken offense if they didn't get the invite.
If you really want to hang out with those parents, you give them a call. You guys have a play date.
That's what we gonna do. I already talked to all of them. I'm like, we're gonna hang out.
You can go to Scooter's Jungle. You guys go.
I don't need to go to Scooter's Jungle. Thank you very much.
I only got open play there. You guys go to open play.
No, I'm good. Stay far away from that place. I'm good. Only if I have to go there, I'm going. Our producer wants to know if she's still wanting a piñata back at the house
She's
afterwards
not getting one this year.
for second party. No,
that's absolutely
Chris
not.
already laid down the rules. No piñatas. We just went to Color Me Mine. We don't need to get no dang piñatas.
I need to go give like blood to pay for all the stuff that we've been doing already. Like, no. At some point, you got to put your foot down.
Yes, you got to say no more.
Gently, because if you got tenderfoot like me, it hurts when you put it down.
Yeah, he can't put his foot down too hard.
Yeah, you got to watch out with the gout foot. I got to put the foot that doesn't have gout on it right now.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, well, we're going to a chili cook-off at the Bardines, right? And that's going to be fun. Who's been to a chili cook-off? What's your favorite type of chili? Does anyone make chili? Send me some recipes because I don't know. I'm thinking I might attempt to enter their cook-off and take home the W. What do you think?
I mean, I'd be shocked if you actually won. And the only reason, because I love your cooking, you know that. We never make chili. Like, I never had a bowl of chili in my life.
I've had chili. My mom used to make chili all the time, and it was good. You've never had chili from Tommy's?
Is that really chili?
That is chili.
Okay.
That'll get.
Well, okay. So let me rephrase. I had chili cheese burgers. Back when.
Remember chili cheese at Wiener Schnitzel? You get those hot dogs.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
You get those chili cheeseburgers.
Those are the only time. That's the only time I had. So that's in my teenage years and in my 20s. I'm old now. I'm 44. But yeah, you just took me down memory lane. Tommy's on Roscoe Boulevard by the Budweiser plant.
Oh my goodness!
When you used to go clubbing, because every now and then,
Chili's after
what was
Tommy's?
What was a club? The Century Club.
The Century Club.
We used to go to the Century Club. I know you guys used to go too. So we go to the Century Club, and then on the way back.
No, there was the other one too. I was in Hollywood. What was it called?
You're not talking about the arena.
The arena, and then there was another one right next to it.
So the arena was like all ages, and then the Century Club was 21 and over. Right. I wasn't a big clubber. I never have been, but you know, you go because all your friends would go, right?
Right.
But we'd always hit that Tommy's, and there's no way you can get to that Tommy's and get out without somebody getting in a fight. I'm not talking about your friends. There's always like some fight there. They had like armed security there.
Oh my gosh, that's because people just while out.
Well, because people get there, they're drunkards, right?
Yeah,
they get there like 2,
they
3
need
in the
to
morning.
chill. Well, Soul said, yum, Tommy's. And we got our producer over here salivating. He wants Tommy's for lunch now, too.
I haven't had Tommy's.
Chris will definitely have a gout outbreak if he has Tommy's.
20 years, I haven't had Tommy's.
I haven't either.
Can I eat chili? Why not? What's
red
in chili?
meat?
Is red meat in chili?
Yeah. Unless you get turkey chili. You going to have a hamburger? Nah. Or are you just going to do chili cheese fries?
Chili cheese fries sounds
maybe
so
if you do the fries.
good.
You'll be all right.
No, we got this magic show. It'd be magic if my stomach doesn't get upset later. we cannot do Tommy's. Yeah, I don't want to sit there. The kids are having the show and then I'm over there tooting in the back.
Oh no, that would not be.
It's not a good look.
That's a little bit of time. You got time. Let your tummy get better.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
It's so funny. We always drive past that Tommy's over off of the old road when we're coming back from the beach or something. We're like, today the day that we're gonna have Chili's? Or when we go to Jiu-Jitsu sometimes, you want to hit up that Tommy's over there?
You know what so it's funny that Cori mentions this. So for a little while, it was probably like for 2 to 3 months, we were having the taco people set up, the carniceria people, like they would set up right in front of Ralph's on the street.
Right.
You know, the street vendors. And definitely didn't have a permit for that, for sure.
Right.
And some days Cori would be like, that's so disgusting. They don't have any place to wash your
hands
there. Like, who knows? Like, how do they stay sanitary there?
How is the food refrigerated?
It's
just
gonna be
sitting
gross,
in igloos,
right? So she's talking about how gross it is. But then other days we're coming home from the beach. She was like, starving on the way home. If they're set up today, we're stopping. I'm gonna get myself a taco today. And like, by the grace of God, every single time she had that moment of weakness, they were not set up that day.
I know. Thank goodness. Because I would tell him, we're playing with fire. You're either gonna have the best meal of your life or you're gonna die. You're going to have like some bad choro. So we would call it choro tacos. And the kids will call it that too. Who wants some choro tacos?
Yeah, you play taco roulette. You know, like it's that Russian roulette. You don't know if you're gonna die or not. And you know, God bless those street vendors. Like they're just trying to make a living. I get it.
They really are.
You know, but the big but is like we've been going to the Hollywood Bowl a lot. And when we walk up, we see the street vendors. They already got the hot dogs going. Oh
God, with the bacon.
And I could swear to goodness,
it was the same hot dog
the same
weekend
damn hot
before.
dog when I come out. When I come out of that concert, I'm like, isn't that the same hot dog you had when I was going in about 2.5 hours ago?
I think they cook them ahead of time and then they just pop them out.
Oh, I can't.
No, I'm serious. I saw them like pushing the cart away.
I can't do it. I can't
either.
Like again, in my 20s, I could do it. I'm too old for that now. Like I'm not trying to have food poisoning and be sick for like 2 days.
Oh, but I do have to tell you. So I went to an event on the weekend. It was called Juntas Más Fuerte, and it was a big event where they were raising money to bring awareness to domestic violence and to help victims of domestic violence. And we had like a workout and all this stuff. Well, of course they had vendors there, right? And one of them
was all women owners too.
All women owners. Yep, all the vendors. They had pupusas there. I ate it. I didn't care.
Was it bomb?
They were bomb. They were so good.
Were they from El Salvador?
I think the ladies were from El Salvador, yeah. They were bomb. I had a cheese and jalapeno one, a bean and cheese one. So good. Yeah, I wanted to get the Loroco ones, but they ran out.
So now you're making me hungry right before.
They were so good. So sometimes you got to just give in and buy food from the vendors. The street vendors are so good. Delicious.
Yeah.
But I did have to draw the line because one of the vendors was... they were selling aguachiles, and I was like, I don't know if they're refrigerated cold enough. I don't want to get sick from raw fish. No,
yeah, I can't do it. I
can't do it. I need to have it out of the kitchen.
Imagine somebody's like serving sushi on the street. Like, no, I can't do it. I bet you people will pay for it though.
Oh yeah, come out the club. I'll take some sushi.
I cannot do it.
Hey, people used to eat at that sushi spot. What was it called? Where they had the karaoke and they would dance. Sake bombs.
Oh.
Everybody knows about that
We're
place.
talking about in North Hollywood. It's the NoHo district now. They'd have the sake bombs. When I say sake, you say bomb. And they would do the little performances.
Yes.
That was the worst sushi on the planet.
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
It was warm when it came
Now, you
out.
didn't know if you were throwing up because you had too many sake bombs or you just ate too much sushi.
Yeah.
But you would know if you didn't drink that night and you were still throwing up, then you know.
Yeah.
It's a combination.
Well, I'm sure everyone's nice and hungry or disgusted now after we just talked about all that. Thank you, everyone. That is going to be our show today. Thank you for hanging out with us here on R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. Be sure to catch us weekly on Facebook Live, or you can watch the show on YouTube. And to listen anytime you want, you can download full episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. We are your hosts, Chris and Cori Silva, and we will catch you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.